your agency stop signing new clients tomorrow, how long would your existing profit margin and cash flow sustain your operations without stress? Would you last 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 6 months? Or would pressure start immediately? Here's what I know. Most CEOs with revenue between $1 million and $10 million annually report substantial top-line growth. Obviously, right? But at the same time, they lack profit margins and cash flow durability. And here's the thing. Cash flow durability and profit margins are what determines whether growth creates stability or consistent tension. Because you can have more money and have more problems instead of having more money and more profit. And so in this episode, I'm going to walk you through 5 signs that your agency has outgrown reactive financial management and now requires CFO level structure, strategy, and support. Let's get into it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Say Yes to Profits podcast. I am Dr. Octavia Conner. If that opening question made you pause, that was intentional. Because once your agency crosses the 7-figure mark, the question is no longer how fast you can grow. You're earning multiple millions, right? The question is, how long can you sustain profitability and cash flow? And see, at Say Yes to Profits, we work with marketing agencies and consulting firms that are ready to turn their growth into profits and predictable cash flow they can clearly see, retain, and multiply. And if you're at a place right now where stability feels uncertain, even though growth looks good, these signals, these signs will definitely highlight something that you need. You see, you're probably already feeling what I'm going to talk about, but you may not have added a label to them, but they show up, that tension, that pressure, every single time you need to make a decision. And so I want to walk you through these 5 signs, and I want you to evaluate your business honestly, okay? And if you resonate with any of these signs, let me know in the comments. Let's start with sign number 1. And if you stay with me to the last sign, I have something special for you, okay? So sign number 1, you cannot clearly see your runway, all right? Here's the thing. If you cannot see how long your business will last, if your revenue takes a hit in some way, then you have a problem. If I were to ask you, if you can run your business over the next 30, 60, 90 days or 6 months, if your revenue falls in coming in and you cannot answer that, or you do not know how long you would last, and you're like, I don't know, and I think I have to determine that by my bank account, you have a problem. You should be able to calculate your fixed operating burn rate. You should be able to identify your true contribution models. You should be able to show me a 13-week cash flow forecast that accounts for payroll, vendor commitment, and receivables timing. If you cannot, this is your very first sign. This is your very first signal that you need CFO level guidance, structure, strategy, and support. Let me know in the comments if sign number 1 resonate with you. All right, sign number 2. Profit is whatever's left over. Here's the thing. At your current level, profit should not be a surprise. It should not be a surprise. Let me say that again. It should be predetermined. If you close out the month and wait and see what remains after expenses have occurred, that is not financial leadership. That is reactive leadership. Money is telling you what to do. You are what I call a cash reactive CEO instead of a profiteer, one who leads their money and tells their money what to do. Listen. You should already know a few things. You should already know what portion of revenue is allocated to operate the business sustainably. You should know what is reserved for taxes. You should know what is intentionally retained for profit in your business. You should know what your CEO salary is consistently, and it should not fluctuate. You hear me? Does this make sense? And let me give you a profit pro tip here. If your CEO compensation shifts, if it fluctuates based on how the month feels, that is instability disguised as growth. And all of that together will create financial instability on your personal side and your business side, and it will create the ultimate pressure. Okay. You should understand how your business is operating before you hire, before you invest, and before you pay yourself. Okay. But here's the thing, if you don't, this is your sign. And see, a CFO will equip you to protect profit before spending begins. A CFO will determine allocation impact before spending begin. A CFO will enable you to have financial discipline like you've never had it before. A CFO will remove guesswork completely. Hear me clearly. A CFO will give the ultimate foresight, insight, and oversight on all aspects of your finances and your cash flow. Okay. So if profit in your agency feels non existent, cash flow feels tight all the time, right? This is your second signal that you need a CFO. So put sign number 2 in the comments. Okay. Let's move on. Sign number 3, you do not know which service truly creates profit margin. So here's the thing. Revenue tells you what is selling. Margin tells you what is sustaining the company. You see, at your current stage, those two are not the same. You understand? If someone asks you which service in your agency produces the highest contribution margin, could you answer confidently? I'm waiting. Let me know in the comments. If you grow your most earning service tomorrow, would your profit margins increase as well, or would they decrease? Or would they disappear? You see, most agencies focus on what is selling fast. Very few focus on what produces the strongest, highest profit margins. Okay? And when you focus on what's selling fast instead of what is producing the strongest, highest profit margins, that creates stress because your complexity outruns the financial clarity that you need and the profitability that you need to really sustain the business, to really have a cash reserve, to really not have financial problems. And so please understand that at your level, profit is driven by 3 levers: product design, pricing structure, and people support. Does that make sense? If those are not measured intentionally and proactively, growth will create operational and cash flow pressure rather than financial confidence. Okay. And so a CFO will dissect the service level profitability and align pricing and staffing to margins, not just revenue volume. Does that make sense? If every service in your agency is treated equally, then you have a problem and you need to fix it. And that's side number 3. So put side number 3 in the comments because that resonated with you. Make sense? All right, cool. So side number 4, hiring decisions feel risky instead of calculated. So I want to take a few moments and I want to talk about payroll because for most agencies and most consulting firms, payroll is the single largest expense, and that's not uncommon. However, at the same time, it is often the least strategically modeled expense. You see, we know you need support, and we know you may be stretched thin or your team may be stretched thin. And with that next client and that new client, you need a little bit more support, right? However, hiring decisions should not feel extremely risky, and they may do at this time, right? Let me know in the comments. Hiring should not feel like a gamble. It should feel like a calculated move. Okay. And so let me give you a few things before adding more hiring costs. You need to know your break-even revenue required. You need to know your margin impact after your full burden cost. That person's hourly rate is not the full burden cost. Hear me clearly. You also need to know revenue per employee ratio, and you need to model this out in a cash flow forecast and see the effects over the next 90 days. Okay. So here's the thing. If hiring feels emotional instead of strategic, this is your 4th signal. And so I recommend that you review your pricing, which is one of the 3 profit drivers that every agency has. You need to ensure that your services are priced for profit, and that you are not overextending your labor and or delivery costs, and they're eating into your profit margins. I discussed this so heavily during the Say Yes to Profits Accelerator, because I see for firms that are between 1 million and 10 million that labor cost often erodes their profits unaware. And so a CFO, they're going to help you turn hiring from feeling risky to feeling strategic. A CFO will ensure that your services are priced for profit ahead of time, and then they're going to watch your project as it goes along to ensure you're not eating into your profits. Make sense? If signal number 4 resonate with you, put sign 4 in the comments. All right. Okay. So sign number 5, you as a CEO are personally absorbing financial stress. Now, this one is often quiet, but it happens. You see, from the outside, your agency looks strong and successful. And by all measures, it is, right? Revenue is healthy. Clients are active. Your team is growing. But internally, you carry financial weight alone. You monitor your bank account every day, all day, multiple times a day. You hesitate before making bold strategic moves that you know you should make. You delay investing in partnerships and opportunities when you know you need to invest in them because you don't feel fully financially confident in your cash flow. Does that sound familiar? And here's another thing that happens when you have a lot of pressure on you. Your CEO compensation fluctuates because you hope that if you don't pay yourself the amount or you don't pay yourself this time, it'll keep more money in the company. Does that sound familiar? Here's the thing. Listen to me clearly. Get a little close. Okay. Turn the volume up. Okay. At your level and for where you are growing to, you should not be making decisions based on hope. You should have financial structure and the ultimate visibility. You should have a few things: a clear forecast over the next 30, 60, 90 days, scenarios based on the normal way your business operates, based on if cash get tight, based on if you have a surplus. You should have clear financial management in place. You should have clear key performing metrics. You should have clear margin data. You should have clear financial visibility into every area of your business and how every single move will impact your cash flow and profitability now, 30 days, 60 days, even 90 days and 6 months into the future. Okay. With a CFO as your financial partner, the pressure that you are experiencing decrease and often it goes away because decisions are modeled, they are forecast, they are planned before they are made. And so if you're carrying a lot of financial weight secretly and alone, this is your signal. This is your sign. Number 5 is for you and you got to fix it. All right. And I have something special for you. Okay. So here's the thing. If you recognize yourself in even 2 of the 5 signs, your agency has outgrown reactive financial management. All right. And that does not mean you're failing in any way because you're absolutely successful. It means you are growing. And so should your financial infrastructure grow with you as well. Because even though revenue is earning, you know how to bring in the money. Revenue earning will not sustain you and help you consistently say yes to profits if you do not have the right level of financial strategy, support, structure, and solutions in place. Okay. You cannot and should not rely on hope and instinct because that is going to hurt your cash flow at some point. All right. And you need a virtual CFO at this point. And see, a virtual CFO does not replace your bookkeeper. They do not replace your CPA. A virtual CFO partners with you at an executive level. They model things before you make decisions. They forecast, they allocate your financials correctly and show you how to do it before pressure even has an opportunity to hurt you. And they protect your compensation so that it does not fluctuate. All right. And so if this episode resonated with you in any way, I want you to join me at the Say Yes to Profits Accelerator, which is a virtual masterclass designed for CEOs of marketing agencies and consulting firms that are earning between $1 million and $10 million annually. Okay. In the virtual masterclass, I break down where profit is leaking inside of your agency and you're not even aware of it. I tell you how to build margins and how to have cash flow durability. I help you structure your CEO compensation properly. I help you align your products, your services, your people for true profitability and so much more. And so you want to go to accelerator.sayyestheprofits.com. And if you watch this far, put Profit Air in the comments and let me know, and you will receive free VIP access. So put Profit Air in the comments. Like this episode, subscribe to the podcast, and let me know. DM me on Instagram, and you will receive the free VIP access, which gives you access to the general admission side, plus a working group session with me, so that after the masterclass, we can implement the strategies in your business and you can get your questions answered. Okay? Cool? All right. So I am Dr. Octavia Conner. I look forward to seeing you at the Say Yes to Profits Accelerator. And until we speak, say yes to profits. Toodles. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Say Yes to Profits podcast. Now it is time for you to make money moves. Take action based on what you learn. Now see you on the next episode. Say Yes to Profits. Toodles.